All right, yo, what's good, y'all? So I'm back at it with another live. Before I get into my deeper biblical topics, and the things that I really want to speak about biblically, just some of the Bible studies that I have that I hope can encourage others, things that can edify people. Some people really need to be taught the basics, the ABCs of the word, of the gospel, and just in this faith in general. Too many people aren't on the meat of the word, but one thing that I want to speak about that's in alignment with principles of the Most High is who we're choosing. And from that last video, I believe it was signs of a good and godly man. I was going to make signs of a good godly woman, but I think that I want to go in a different direction with this video, which is why you see the title. And I want to speak to the men in this one, because that last one I was pretty much speaking to the women, but I wanted something where I can speak to the men, but in a practical sense. And sometimes a woman will have a good man and not understand that she has a good man. But I've seen men that will have a good woman and he would know that he has a good woman. So if he messes up, that's really on him. Some women really don't know what a good man is. But a man knows what a good woman is. But predominantly, and I mean predominantly, most men will go towards the wrong woman. So I'm going to make this signs you need to break up with her. I'm going to make a YouTube video on this. I don't have no scripture or precepts or anything. I'm going to speak more about the Jezebel spirit and go through those proverbs and the scriptures in Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiasticus, speaking about the wicked woman and things like that. But pretty much all of those signs are culminated into this one thing. The scripture that says that, a woman just with her mouth can tear her house down. A contentious woman, that it's better to live at the roof of the house. It says that there's no wickedness like a woman's wickedness. All this is scripture, by the way. But when you start to go through scripture and see those scriptures, that they put deep emphasis on the woman over the man. Of course, we talk about wicked people in general, but so I hope that this can help, assist. And if you are with somebody currently and you see these signs, break up with her. Yes, break up with her. And even like, if you see some negative signs in a man that you with, stop holding on to people that ain't good for you. Just break up with them. We feel like we obligated to people like we married to people. We not married to nobody. If you married to somebody, that's when you stay with them. You got to stay with them. Let's see, abusive or something, but you got to break up. And I just want to just go through some of these signs. So the first sign that I have is every disagreement feels like the end. So it might be some simple petty stuff. It just might be something simple, might be something regular, but she's making a bigger deal out of something that is small. And of course, us men, we are kind of one-track minded. So in some ways, especially if we're a masculine man, we're not going to feed into it like she would. And sometimes she will over-exaggerate the argument and blow it up out of proportion, deeper than what it is, and it creates this weird tension. And a part of this is I wrote something else here. She nags, complains, and don't appreciate you. Usually this is a woman that don't appreciate the man that she's with, and this is why she's acting out in this way towards him. It's more than a disagreement. I just want you to know it is deeper than the disagreement. The disagreement, or the thing that she's harping about, is just a small thing that she's picking out. Because we got to look at it like, she don't really want you. She wants the idea of somebody being there. But a woman that appreciates you, even if y'all disagree, you should be able to communicate. That's one of the signs that I said. You should be able to communicate effectively. If this woman cannot communicate properly with you, her disagreements, if she can't speak to you about it like a mature adult, or just, once again, after every argument, she got to go on social media, talk about it. She got to go, and she probably got men in her inbox. She probably got men lined up waiting. Just men waiting. and she'll put her business out there on the internet, and now you got people coming at dude, and you don't even know the other half. And this is the problem with these weak, effeminate men, that they'll take the side of a woman before they even hear the man's side, or before they even know the full matter. You know, so if you disagree about something simple, and every time you do that, and it feels like it's about to be the end of the relationship, that means this is somebody that you don't need in your life. You need to get rid of her. Like, yes, I said it. Some people feel like, oh man, we've been together. I don't care if you've been together 6, 7 years. You didn't marry her for a reason. Am I correct? What's another one? All right, so she's overly friendly with men. So this is a woman that seeks validation from different men, multiple men. And you might see how they portray themselves on the internet, rather than how they post and what they say to incite attention. How they present themselves, meaning their bodies, and how they strategically put certain parts of their bodies out there to gain attention. The thirst trapping is real. If you look at a lot of these women inboxes, you probably will be horrified and mortified. And I'm talking about yo woman. Yes, yo woman. And I ain't saying, I'm just saying in general, like, you don't just want to just accuse a woman of like, oh, you're talking to these many dudes or this and that and that and this. But the social media age has created a world for women to, how can I say? For the lack of a better term, I had a good term, but these are her suitors, pretty much. And even if you are with a woman, she's always looking for better. If she is somebody that's overly friendly with men, this means that you're going to be out with her, and she might be talking to, and she'll just casually talk to a person right there, right in front of you, like you're not even there. And at this point, some men know what they're doing. It's these effeminate men that know what they're doing. And, you know, I've seen it before. It happened with me before when I was with somebody. And we out. And it's a dude right there. And he looks at her and starts the conversation with her. Now, because I wasn't 100% with her like that or anything like that, I ain't even say nothing. I just let it slide. I ain't even check her about it, because at that point, after that day, it was over. Like, a lot of people be like, dang, Tim, you run a hard bargain. Like, yes, you have to. If you a man, you got to think about this. This is the woman that you will marry. You choose. You propose as a man. So if you as a man is going to propose to this woman, how can you even want to propose to somebody that has all these men on social media, that has all these men in her real life? Like, look through her. I'm not saying look through her phone, but hey, do a test. If you in a relationship with somebody, do this test. Just trade phones. Trade phones and look through her text messages. She look through yours. Look through your Facebook messages, your Instagram. Because when it starts to get wicked, I'm telling you, yo girl, yes, yo girl got men in her inbox right now. You would know if she's a wife or not by her inbox. Because 60 years ago, we didn't have no inboxes. We didn't have social media. We just had us. And when you met somebody, and bam, that was it. Now you can't meet somebody like the old days, because now you got to sort through hundreds of men. Like, no, this is real. It's for some people, thousands of men. So you might be with this woman, and she's comparing you to different men in her mind. She has this perfect man in mind, and then you're just a stepping stone to get to that next step. People be giving too much grace to the modern woman. And somebody's going to be offended by what I say about the modern woman, but the modern woman is very unruly. The modern woman is all over the place. The modern woman, she don't even respect the man. So when you with somebody and she talking to men just like this and that and that and this, and you with her, think about what she doing when she not around you. Think about her inbox and her text messages, her inboxes, because there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's Twitter if they got Twitter, there's Snapchat, there's TikTok. Like, these are 5 things right here. What if she got a WhatsApp? What if she got a second phone? Like this is the dynamic that we have to fight against. So a woman that you want to be with is a woman that, if you say, hey, let's trade phones, just test her. If she has a problem, then you know she hiding something. But you have to be honest too if you ain't hiding something. Because if you a man that can't stay with one woman or not monogamous, like, you just need to just break up with her for her peace. You don't want to waste her time, especially if this is a good woman. But if she's one of these other ones that are overly friendly, like I said, you can tell. You can tell. You can see it. You see it with some of your friends. You see it with some of your homeboys. You see it with your homeboys' baby mamas, or for you, a woman that's watching, you see brothers, and you have friends, you have people in your life that has baby mama drama. This is one of the biggest problems that us men have. How you put yourself out there on social media. And then you got men commenting. And then you got men saying stuff. You got heart eyes. Some people be in a relationship with a woman and they will put eggplant emojis in the comments. Eggplant emojis, heart eyes, hearts. Like, people do. And I'm just telling you. Break up with her. What's the next one? She don't like children. This is one of the number one red flags. Because if this is the nurturer, the one that is made to have children, that don't like children, you don't want to marry her. You don't want to marry a woman. I'll go this far to say, if she believe in abortion. Now, if you a man that believe in abortion and y'all both believe in abortion, that's one thing. Like, hey, but for a woman to lose that natural desire and that natural care for children, to be a nurturer, and you might got nieces and nephews and stuff, and just like, you don't have children yet, but you might have nieces and nephews, and you bring your girl around and she looking at them like, oh, they're disgusting, and it's like, huh? But they just chill, like, ain't even their fault they here, and you still thinking bad about them. So if this is a woman that don't like children, leave her alone. I'm telling you, like, it'll save you a whole lot of hell. Because when you get this woman pregnant, she is not going to care about the children. I'm telling you, she will use the children. I'm telling you, she will use the children against you. She will. 10 times out of 10, if she don't like children, she's either aborting them or she's using them as a pawn to get at the certain man that she wants. Some women use children to trap men. I'm just telling you, like, so if she don't like children, you need to take that on as a... See, us men, we got to stop settling. We got to stop selling. The women be quick to walk away from a marriage, and there be no problems and no red flags in the man, and she'll still walk away. Sometimes being a good man is a red flag. Most of the divorces are commenced by women. But before you even get to that divorce stage, you got to marry them. It's who you choose to marry. Once again, if she don't like children, walk away. Walk away from her. Yeah. Unless you can develop a love or a like for children. But hey, if she don't. What else do I got here? I want to just double back to this one because I didn't go too deep into it. But she nags, complains, and don't appreciate you. But I want to go deeper into this. She don't appreciate you. You might be a man that goes above and beyond. You might put effort in. You might be the initiator in everything. You might go over the top in certain things, in certain areas. You might be on top of, times and dates and things like that. You might do kind gestures, nice gestures, out of the world gestures, romantic and all this and that. And if you do this for the wrong woman, you're considered a simp. You're not a simp for doing kind things for a woman. Say, for instance, like getting flowers for a woman, getting chocolates for a woman, telling her you love her, every day. Like, it's nothing wrong with telling somebody they're beautiful every day. But some women get tired of hearing that you're beautiful every day. And that's because you're not even the man that she wants. Because a woman that's hearing you're beautiful every day from the man that she wants, she's not going to walk away from that. She's going to love you. She's going to appreciate that. She's going to feel secure in that. Like, as men, we want our women to feel safe. You know, and part of being a protector for men isn't just protecting physically. We got to protect her heart as well. Protect her emotionality. Protect her in that way, which you allow her to feel safe in who she is, because you appreciate who she is. But sometimes a man will appreciate things about a woman and don't appreciate them, and that's not the woman you should appreciate. If she can't reciprocate, if she don't put efforts into, you know, make it not just one-sided. If it's one-sided for the man, even for a woman, but this ain't about that right now, but even I'll just say, if it's one-sided, leave them alone. Leave them alone. If she don't appreciate those gestures, she don't appreciate your kindness, if she don't appreciate your gentleness, if she don't appreciate your approach to every argument, that every argument don't have to be us yelling at each other, but that we can sit down and that we can speak about the issue. And then from the issues, let's speak about the solutions. Some women don't want a solution. Some people just don't want a solution in general. They want to highlight the problem so much. And then from that problem, another problem. And then from that problem, another problem. It would never get better. We are not perfect as men. And that be the problem with they put us on this, we got to be strong. We got to be this. We got to be that. We can't cry. We can't be soft. We can't be that. But we can't express our feelings. We can't and there's so many things that are put on us men that pressures us to. It's confusing sometimes to be with a woman, because it's like, but what should I do? Like, what should I do? I mean, I do all these kind gestures. You don't like them, but you like the man that's disrespectful. You like the man that don't pay you any attention to any mind. You like the man that plays the text games. That I'm going to text you back one day later. I'm going to, you know, like some people, I'm going to text you right back. Like, that's a red flag. How is that a red flag? Like, they don't appreciate certain qualities of a man that's just into you. Simply. You know, so if you are a man that has a woman that don't appreciate you, whether you're in a relationship with her, if you're in a relationship with a woman that don't appreciate you, break up with her. If you spoke about this already. Because some men are so weak that they don't even speak about what they really want. Women are vocal. But these men, especially out there in the black community, we have become docile. We have become submissive to the woman, where we submit to the demands of woman. Indirectly, we just hear women speak on the internet about what they want in a man, and us men will form ourselves into that woman to attract this woman. And I'm telling you, these women are witches and demons. I'm telling you, they get on this internet and talk all this stuff about what they want in a man. They don't even want no man. They want a woman with the male parts. They want a man to submit. So I'm telling you, she don't appreciate you being a man. First of all, you just step up and just say, hey, I'm going to be a man, and I'm going to express myself like a man and tell you the things that I don't appreciate. These are things for me that I will like in our relationship. And if she's not willing to work that out with you, then you need to leave her alone. And you could do so respectfully, man. It ain't all about just, like, sometimes the woman don't even be a bad person. It's just don't be good for you. But us men, it's like sometimes I see men will walk away from a woman and get away from a woman. Then he'll hop in the internet and talk negative about her and talk down on her. Like, that's not what us men should be doing. It's okay for us to respectfully break up with somebody without making it this big thing. We can be mature. Those are signs of masculinity as well. We don't have to be just yelling and doing all this and that. Like, if she's at that point, then just walk away from her. I'm just telling you. This will help. I'm telling you. All right, so every disagreement feels like the end. She's overly friendly. She don't like children. She nags, complains, and don't appreciate you. Okay, so I got two more. So this one right here is, she's not feminine or submissive. Now, are we talking about being a wife, or are we talking about just having a girlfriend for 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 15, 20 years, but without the true commitment of people in your community seeing you give your life to this woman, to see you dedicate your life to this woman, to be able to hold you accountable for that? Because when you don't have the marriage ceremony, you're pretty much married physically if you're having physical activity outside of marriage, fornicating. That's what it's called. Man, when you do that with the wrong woman, you created this soul tie. And at that point, when you create that soul tie with the person, you disregard all the negative stuff. You disregard all the red flags. You disregard all your deal breakers. You even start to bend on the things that you stand firm on. And that's you as a man becoming submissive to the woman now. So now the woman brings forth things. The woman brings forth the standard. The woman brings forth these things. And you're lowering your standard just to be with this woman physically. But how can you benefit in the long run? And how can your children benefit by you putting your seed in this woman? It won't happen. Because one thing she's going to do, she's going to raise up daughters. And those daughters are going to see her dad be weak. To see her dad submit. To see her mom the head of the household. I'm telling you, whenever you have that dynamic of the role reversal, the role switch, your home is cursed. Like when you have, I ain't talking about like single parents or nothing like that, because if you're a single mom, you have to be the head of that household. But when a man comes into the household, even if you have children, that man becomes the head of the woman and the family according to the Most High's order. And it seemed like society was going well when we were doing it that way. And when I say submit, like some people hear the word submit and they just think of the worst. And that's because they seen the worst, or they heard of the worst, or they heard of the worst stories, or they showcase the worst stories. But they don't tell you about those strong men that love their wives. Those strong, faithful men. Every black man wasn't cheating on his wife. I don't know what other people was doing. I'm talking about our people right now. Every man wasn't out here cheating. Every man wasn't out here beating his woman, slapping his woman around. Every man wasn't an alcoholic. No, they were great fathers. Sound men. True men in his faith. True men of God. That loved his wife like Christ loved the church. They read those scriptures that said, treat your wife well, or the Most High won't even hear your prayers. If you mistreat your wife, the Most High won't even hear your prayers. He will not listen to you if you're mistreating one of his daughters. So us men, we take that serious. We don't use the word to abuse a woman. We don't use the word to abuse our children. We don't use the word because you can abuse people with the word. That's not a part of our nature. That's not a part of our character. So when we as men, the Most High has given us the blueprint. He's given us the plan, the vision to lead. He sends a helpmeet to help us with that. So this has to be a woman that has to come under that order. Not of the man, but of the Most High. And he has set the order in the body already with, of course, Christ being the head of the church. And they painted that perfect picture to illustrate the man signifying Christ. Christ is the man's head, of course, but the man laying down his life for his woman, the man loving his woman. But that woman has to respect that man. A woman could tell you she loves you all she wants, but if she don't show respect to you, if she's not on board with you, like, no, it ain't no, like, of course, two people come together and work together. But I'm saying you as a man has a plan, and the Most High wants to lead you in that plan, and he sends help to help you with that plan. And then she comes in and says, hey, how about you do this? And how about you do that? And how about you do that? You need to do it this way. You need to do it that way. Now she is altering the plan of the Most High. It's just like Eve bringing the fruit to Adam, because many are capable of doing that. She will bring the fruit straight to Adam and shift the Most High's will in his life, because she brought that fruit to Adam, because she brought something to the man that wasn't the Most High's plan. But this is what a woman is naturally going to do. If that man isn't willing to lead or able to lead or is able to be that man, then a woman shouldn't even submit to him. The problem is a lot of women will get with men that don't have leadership qualities. And then the more well-balanced men, the men that has husband qualities, husbands of leaders, husbands of fathers, men that are in the scriptures, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, a woman is going to overlook this man because he's not the kind of man that most people will want to go after. For instance, Michael B. Jordan, right now, people are worshiping this man. They worship Michael B. Jordan. I see the Sinners movie. I see lots of people in his faith. They watch this stuff and they see it And I'm just seeing the idolatry. I'm seeing it. So these are people that idolize and look up to certain celebrities and certain things. But then the man in her life, she don't even care about. That she'll go to a job and submit to her boss. That she will go to a church and submit to that weak pastor. But then when it comes to her home, she's the one that's in lead. She's the one that's in charge. She's the one that's, come on. If she don't hold submissive qualities, feminine qualities, she's always trying to argue with you. She's always trying to fight. Once again, nagging. Once again, just being overly like friendly with the opposite sex. She has no female friends. She has no female fellowship. She has no sisterhood. She has no wise women pouring into her. If she don't have these things, then I'll say, break up with her. Break up with her. And this is the last sign, and this one is specifically for, this ain't even just for church men. This is for every man that's in a relationship right now. If you with a woman right now, this last sign right here, and I was intentional, this wasn't the last one I wrote, but this is the last one I got here, because you don't see yourself marrying her. You don't see yourself marrying this woman. Just think about it right now. You are with somebody right now. Can you see yourself being with her for the rest of your life? Can you see yourself going up to the altar with her? Can you see yourself with that ordained pastor or whoever they'll use to, bring the marriage together? Do you see yourself marrying this woman? Do you see yourself marrying her? Number one sign. This is the number one. You don't see yourself marrying her. Was she somebody that you was just with for the moment? Was she somebody? Is she somebody that's just a consistent piece of meat for you? No, we got to be real about this stuff. Some people don't like to use certain terms or certain things, but ultimately, if a man isn't planning, intentional on marrying, if you as the woman bringing up the topic, and like I said, she don't have to be a bad woman. You could be the bad man. You could be the not so good man. You could be the A man. You could be that man. You could be the no good man. And you with a good woman wasting her time. Some men will even put their babies in her. Some men will pretend. They will pretend to be this outstanding man. Just all these great qualities. All these, no red flags. No nothing. He's just a perfect man. That's the devil. Any man that's not willing to at least let you know he's like, okay, I'm a flawed human. But he's showing you the best of his best qualities. And the moment he marries, this happens with a lot of women. The moment he marries her, he transforms and turns into a demon. Women do this as well, but I want to talk about the men because this is a wicked spirit that's in men. And usually these are overly sexual men. Usually these are men that are womanizers. These are men that look at women as, and he might just see a woman highlighted. Like, hey, she do have great qualities. I think she could be my wife. You gonna be at home with this? You gonna be at home and he probably taking care of all the bills and everything like that, and he got other women out here like that and this and that, but he's pretending to be an outstanding man full of integrity and honest, and he's pretending to be these things. He's a counterfeit. He's false. And women will get with this man thinking that he's all these things. But when you have sex outside of marriage, you ignore some of the red flags that you saw in that abusive man. You saw some things. You saw some, not like male aggression. We have that. Even I have that. And I'm one of the most kindest, most gentle people you ever meet. I really am. I'm one of the most easygoing people. I don't argue. Like, even in my past relationships, I never argued. Sometimes I laughed. Like, you don't take this serious? No, I don't. I actually don't take this argument serious. Because we're not talking about nothing. You're pointing out, so I was never that kind of person. Even like, couple times I did. Couple times I did break some stuff. Couple times I did because I'm a man. And sometimes, like, when you're a man and you're tired of being treated a certain way, Like, I had masculine qualities in me even when I was weak because I had my dad. Some people didn't have a dad. I was weak and I had my dad. So that says a lot about how much the man in the house means. And I had that. And I remember just getting into certain arguments. And I puffed up my chest. And she puffed up her chest with me. That ain't attractive. No, if I that is gentle, I'm kind all the time, I never raise my voice. If I raise my voice as a man, people will be offended by this. You need to shut up and listen. And not to say it like that, like, I'm a man. But sometimes a woman will talk too much, and you just need to listen. It's a feminine quality to a modest. You don't hold back your voice. You're not a doormat. You're not somebody that don't have a voice. You're not don't have strength. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm just saying that things are easier for both parties if you let the man actually talk. Because most cases, men will try to talk before you try to talk over him, interrupt him, and cut him off, and this and that. And if a woman has that, leave her alone as well. But I remember being in those situations, and I'm thinking in my mind, man, you know, one I had 3 children with, and look at the results. They with me. This ain't even no knock or nothing. I'm not even speaking negative towards the other parent. I'm just saying, when you choose wrong, when you choose somebody with the wrong qualities, now look, I'm a single dad. Sole custody. You never want to be that man. If you don't see yourself marrying her, if you don't see yourself having children with her, leave her alone. And that's that. Yep, and those are reasons that you should break up with her. And even for a woman with a man. I want to go here. Like, I know I said her. I want to go here right now because since I'm in this realm, how long have this video been going? 32 minutes. I got a little bit more time. I just want to just give something to the women as well. If he can't lead, and I don't mean if he doesn't have the potential to lead, but if you as a woman have to lead him, then he ain't somebody to be with. I'm just telling you, because you got to think about it. If this is the man that's going to lead you and lead children, future generations, and the problem is a lot of women will have a child with this man. He shows potential, good qualities and everything, but he might be effeminate. You know, he might be geared to think like a woman and to move like a woman, might be emotionally geared. Whenever pressure arises, he crumbles and he cries and just, nothing wrong with crying, by the way. We should cry. We should be able to get that stuff off our chest, but he's always crying. He's crying about his problems. He's crying about his issues. He's crying about this. He's crying about that. He's a man that don't have other strong men around him. If he has lots of female friends, no strong men, if he's a nice guy, break up with him. Usually nice guys are the ones that's going to cheat the most. Yes, I said it. The nice guys are some of the most unfaithful men. I don't mean a kind man. I mean the nice guy. You know the nice guy. You know the doormat man. You know the man that can't stand firm. The man that don't have no sort of absolute anything in his life. So this life is just off the rails all over the place. This is a man that looks at women and puts women on a pedestal as a whole. If this is a man that puts women on a pedestal, I'm telling you, not to honor woman, not to have a love for woman or respect for woman. I mean, putting them on a pedestal, like idolizing and worshiping women. This is the kind of man that you don't want. You don't want one of these men, hey queens, and he got his green contacts in his eyes and he's putting himself out on the internet, thirst trapping. He got hundreds of women like in his inboxes and all. I'm telling you, this is the kind of man that you do not want in your life. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. What's other qualities? Yeah, he's not masculine. He just don't have masculine qualities. A lot of people don't even understand what true masculinity is. But if you have feminine qualities, those feminine qualities should be able to mesh with the masculine qualities. They say opposites attract. That is true. You can't put two positive magnets together and expect them to click. They're going to repel. That's the same thing for masculine and feminine. And when the masculine and feminine is flipped and switched, And even if that woman is feminine, even if she's one of those women, she's not going to feel safe with a man that don't have those qualities. A feminine woman and a feminine man is not going to work. I'm telling you. It's all these men that says, oh, I got to balance my feminine and my masculine. No, you don't got to balance out none of that. That's why men and women were made to balance each other out, so that we can raise our children in balance, so that they can be balanced individuals. But when you just raising people, telling everybody, hey, we could be both. You know, spiritual hermaphrodites is what we become. You know, when I started to become masculine, people really didn't like me anymore. It's sad because I'm still the same Timmy. So the kind qualities that I've always had, I still have those. The gentleman qualities, I'm still that. I was just holding the door open for an older woman the other day, and she was like, oh, they still do that? Like, well, yeah. It's not dead. Chivalry's not dead. It's just that when you hold the door open for certain women now, then they just walk right past you. But no, there's many men that still has these qualities. But now that I use my voice and I speak differently, I speak with a different tone, I speak with a different bass, I speak with some sort of male authority now, that they call me toxic for this, that they call me negative for this, that they say this is a red flag, that I'm just a man being a man. I'm really just a man being a man. Even to talk to y'all about some of the stuff that none of your pastors are going to talk about. They're not going to tell you about this. They're going to continue to raise up Jezebels in their churches and continue to raise up Ahabs in their churches. And I'm telling you, this weak man is somebody, if he's weak, break up with him. Don't do so disrespectfully. Don't just say, hey, you know, like, if you a woman that has marriage on your mind, and I'm going to go back to that sign, he don't see himself marrying you, or he never brought up marriage, or he's not intentional about marriage. This is just a game for him. This is just fun for him. I'm telling you, this ain't a good man for you. If he don't even see marriage as the foundation for family, as to see how important marriage is, you know, and just two people coming together to raise children, that's a deep thing. That's such a big responsibility. And you as a woman, you will want the right man that has the right qualities. And it doesn't mean he's perfect. But if he has those qualities, that's who you want to marry. You don't want to marry no man that don't have, you know, he can't lead you. He can't, you know, like I said, there's men thirst trapping out here. There's men, we could just flip every sign that I said for the women, and it could be the same for the man. First of all, if this is a man that nags and complains, he's effeminate. Us men don't sit around and nag and complain at a woman. We shouldn't do that. We should understand that women aren't perfect either. We should understand that women make mistakes as well. We're human. We make mistakes. But if a man is critiquing every single little tiny thing that you do, micromanaging every single little thing that he does, even men that has a housewife and she's in the house, I'm telling you, because you're going to be the housewife and you're going to be doing all that you can, the best that you can, the best performances. You're going to be out at family events and events with your husband, and you got to smile in people's face and pretend like he's not just narcissistic and abusive. Even if he's not physically abusive, he can be spiritually and emotionally abusive. If y'all in the faith, he can use the word of God to abuse you and to hurt you through the word, saying, hey, you should submit to me because I'm the man, and this and that and that and this. But that man should be submitted to Christ. And if he's not submitted to Christ, he's somebody that you shouldn't be messing with. Because when you have a man that's submitted to the Most High, to his order and to his word, then that means that man comes into order as well. It ain't just that the woman submits. The man should submit to higher authority as well. Because when we do that, that woman can trust that she's being led by a man, and that she can help lead the children, that she can help and however she can in that man. And sometimes us men really need the right kind of woman. You know, some of us men we not all the way there. We not. That's the truth. All of us men ain't all the way there. And sometimes it takes that woman to speak to the king in us. to speak to the real man in us. Because the right kind of woman in the correct nature can speak softly, can speak elegantly, can speak with meekness, with respect and love and kindness towards us, gentleness towards us. When we have that from our woman, we as men will move mountains for that woman. No, I just want y'all to know that. Some women say it, and some women use being soft and feminine as a manipulative tactic to indirectly control the man. That's a part of the Jezebel spirit, by the way. That all Jezebels aren't just these masculine women. They can be women that are feminine, that uses it to control the man. No, but that's what gets the man moving. That's what has the man, hey, you know, even if we got 5, 6, 7 children, I'm going to work to provide for all 7, 8 of y'all. Like, that's the type of heart that we need as men that's going to get us going. That's the type of woman that we want to come home to. After work, we rushing home. We rushing home. That's the kind of woman we want to be close to, and we want to be near. The woman that we want to cuddle. The woman, I'm just telling you. Because if you the other kind of woman, we gonna want to stay at work. We work overtime, double time, triple time. We gonna want to hang out with our boys extra. We gonna want to be in our man cave extra time. And we as men, even if she's a feminine woman, we should have those things for us. But at the same time, you want a woman that you want to see, that you want to go to, that you want to call beautiful, that you want to do these things. And she actually receives it. She actually accepts it. She actually appreciates it. And it's sad that we live in this modern society that don't know what a good man is, or that they're not showcased enough. So women will have to go through 10 to 15 to 20 terrible men just to finally see the qualities in a good man. And if a man prematurely gets with that woman, she's going to bring her baggage. She's going to bring her trauma. She's going to bring the pain and all the things that she didn't heal from. She's going to bring everything. And she's going to turn from the victim of a situation to victimizing this man. And this is what happens as well at a high scale in the black community, more than every other community. This is why we got so many hurt black men now. Because most of these men don't know what it's like to even be with the woman, not of their dreams, like this is, but to be with the woman, the love of their life. Because in most cases, men aren't marrying the love of their life if she's going to divorce him. The love of your life is going to be with you for life. Y'all gonna have it. The love of your life is gonna have that 40, 50-year anniversary. The problem is that men are being chosen and selected by women. And these men are choosing to marry the women that selected them. Or women choosing men to marry. She's choosing the man that she wants to marry. Then to find out he's a player, or he's abusive, or he's hurtful, or he's not really a man. He don't really hold masculine qualities. Kevin Samuels always put out there the high value man. A man can have 6 figures, but he could be weak. He could be a beta male. He could be docile. Some men use money and wealth and their success to hide behind how weak of a man they are. So that's for you as well. If you see certain things that I said that pertains to both sexes, as a woman, break up with him. Yes, I said it. I am the spiritual homewrecker. And I hope that I can wreck every single dysfunctional home. I hope that I can save you from bringing children into this world that you will curse, and that you will destroy, and that you will confuse, and that you will mess up. We got to bring children in the admonition of the Most High. I'm talking about people in the faith that are unequally yoked, because there's a man or a woman that believes in the scriptures, that wants to walk in these scriptures. And then there's a man or a woman that are lukewarm, that are on the broad path, that don't believe that they should follow Christ. We're on the grace, so Christ died for us already, so we can do whatever we want. You know, you never want that dynamic. You know, so once again, I just want to breeze through all of these, and these can pertain to both sexes. But I just said her because most of my friends are males, and also that I specifically speak to men. One day I'll have a wife, and she'll speak to the women, and we'll come together and speak to marriages and stuff like that, y'all willing. But every disagreement feels like the end. But we usually predominantly see this with the woman. Let's blow things out of proportion. But a man can do it as well. And this man is not in his masculine. He is effeminate. She's overly friendly with men and seeks validation. Online validation, real life validation. She's not submissive or feminine. You don't see yourself marrying her. She don't like children. She nags, complains, and don't appreciate you. Now, if these are things that you see, if you see multiple signs, then break up with her. If you see one, first of all, if you're a man and you never talk to your woman about this, you weak. And most likely, she doing stuff on purpose. Now, I'm telling you, she know what she doing. She know what she doing. She walking all over you. She disrespecting you, treating you a certain way because she's waiting on you to put your foot down. But if she's somebody that has that heart to do that purposely, break up with her. But also, if you're not even a man, break up with her. I'm just saying, like, leave her alone. You need some self-help. You need some work on yourself. If you as a man haven't even healed from your past relationships, your past traumas, and you might got a good woman and you bringing that into her life, I say break up with her just for the simple fact you're not even where you need to be. And if she's trying to help you, or if she's trying to, because there's good women out here that wants to pour into a hurt man, a destroyed man, a completely emasculated man that he might have some potential, but she's pouring into this man and he's rejecting it because he's hurt by women. He can't appreciate something if he hates the woman themselves. Because there's men out here that really hate women. Now, don't accuse me of hating women because I speak the truth about women. Because I'm not afraid to speak as a man to women. Because women, this is what women want. They want a man to put his foot down and be outspoken and to have these qualities until that man is starting to hold the mirror to you as a woman to show you yourself and to show you your flaws and to show you your inadequacies, and not in a way to bring you down, but in a way of constructively criticizing, in a way that we as men and how we're geared and how we're moved, that if we're pouring and investing into a woman, we would like to see your growth. We would like to see spiritual growth. We would like to see growth in your character, your personality, your integrity. And some women don't even want to be accountable enough. This is why some women will go towards a weaker man or things like that, because he's not going to hold her to a higher standard of stature. And if that woman isn't willing to step up to like that place, or she's not there, and then nobody's 100% there. But what I'm saying is somebody that's willing to work with you, break up with her. And vice versa for the woman, break up with him. But that's all I have to say. I hope this blessed you. If you are offended by anything that I said, I hope that you are righteously offended, because I never intend to offend anybody. But if you are offended, I hope you are righteously offended. I hope I said something that can make you look at yourself, apply something. Even what I said, everything that I say, because more people when watching my videos, pray about what you hear. Pray about the things that I'm telling you. Don't just take what I'm telling you and run with it and just think that this is law. You know, but if something in your spirit agrees with the things that I'm saying, then you know I'm telling the truth. When we look at our society, when we see the monsters that's being brought up in the black community, not even just the black community, what the Western world, but in America, we are raising little monster demons. And the biggest problem is that men aren't men anymore and women aren't women anymore. And we don't understand what that is. This ain't about no stay in the house and take care of the children or go out and work 80 hours a week to make. No, this is about our nature. This is about the qualities that we hold. This is about principles. The Most High will show you exactly. But once again, we as a younger generation, I'm 34, we're still younger. We need elders in our lives. We need wisdom in our lives. We need older husbands and wives. We need people that's been married 20, 30 years in our corner. We need those people that have seen success in raising their children, raising up college graduates, or raising up people that have successful businesses, or raising up people that have successful marriages and their grandchildren. They got grandchildren, good children. That woman, their daughters marrying good men. Their sons are marrying good women. this is happening because people are raising their children right, and they're meeting up with other people that are raising their children right. The Most High knows who to send into your life, and the Most High knows who to send into our lives or whoever's lives, as a man or a woman. He knows who to send, but the devil knows who to send as well, to try to sidetrack you, to try to tarnish you, to create more trauma, to create more damage, to create more baggage, to create more things to destroy you, so that when that good man or woman comes by, you won't even recognize them because you hate the opposite sex because of what you've been through. That's what the devil wants. The devil wants what God has made to be joined together, to be split apart, and to hate each other, and to raise our children up in dysfunction, and wonder why the black man and the black woman is the way that they are. And we keep pointing fingers at each other. It's both sides. It ain't just one side more accountable than it is both sides. But I'm going to get on the civil rights movement later. Not later today. I'm going to get on that civil rights movement. Because that civil rights bill that was signed in 1965 destroyed our community. I don't even mean desegregation. I mean the civil rights bill. Destroyed our community. Because now we can't be husbands and wives now. Because of philosophies. Now we got people that are... You know what? I'm done. I'm done. I talked about it already, but like I said, I could get into preaching. I was about to pull out my Bible. I was about to get to it, but that wasn't the intention of this. But once again, I hope you've been blessed just by all these videos. Since I started doing this, I've been blessed by it. I don't have a lot of engagement as far as likes and comments. I'm not even saying I'm looking for that. But for those that are just watching, that are onlookers, I appreciate you even watching. That's all I want to say. You don't have to like my stuff. I know that you probably are not really walking with the Most High, walking with Christ. Maybe you do, you know, but you might not like because I'm not politically correct. And usually people in the faith usually will want to separate themselves from people that are really in the Word. I've seen it a lot. Are you a Bible Christian, or are you a, that's what, when I went by that title, that's how people used to look at me. Are you a Bible Christian, or are you a overly grace, lukewarm Christian? And I was always the Bible Christian. And one thing about the Bible Christians, the set apart Christians, there's contention in the body of Christ right now in this exact thing. Because there's too many Christians that agree.